This is WICR.
Good afternoon, Iona College. This is Matt Ricker with today with Matt and Dave.
And I'm Dave Horvath.
And now we're back. Thank you for listening. And Dave now has some sports updates.
Yeah, so I'm going to start off like I usually do with the weekend review before moving on to some upcoming events. So starting off with the men's baseball team. Over the weekend was a tough series against Fairfield. Gaels ended it on an 0-3 skid. They lost 8-7 on Friday, and then on Sunday they had a doubleheader where they lost 2-1 in Game 1 and 7-1 in Game 2. And then they continued their woes, losing 19-2 against Fordham on Tuesday. So a tough little week for the men going 0-4, but there's always high hopes. It's a long season to be able to turn that around. So going to golf now. Golf had the Glen Oaks shootout on Monday, and they finished in second of four. So not terribly. I guess the whole expression "you're first, you're last" could come into play, but at least they're moving in the right direction towards winning and placing in the top half of the bracket. Now on to lacrosse. Lacrosse beat Niagara last Saturday 8-6, and then won again on yesterday against Quinnipiac 10-6. So now the Gaels sit, I think, at 2-2 in the MAC conference in their conference record. So good for the girls. On to softball. Softball had a split their doubleheader against Ryder this weekend, losing Game 1 on Sunday 5-2, then winning Game 2 8-5. So congratulations there. At least you get pulling a win out of that. Then they lost a kind of a landslide game yesterday, 13-5 against Hofstra. So let's hope the Gaels can turn around this upcoming week. On to water polo. Water polo had a pretty successful weekend in my books. They won on Saturday at their first game. They beat St. Francis Brooklyn 17-10. Then they beat Siena at their night game 17-6. Then they lost a hard-fought game against number 20 Wagner 9-6, and then they lost a really hard-fought game against number 23 Marist 10-7. So even though they went 2-2 this weekend, the two losses were against top 25 teams, and they played them tough. So they're definitely playing well so far this year in the early season. Now moving on to upcoming sports, I'm going to start with baseball. Baseball's got a busy week in my opinion. They start off with a doubleheader against Quinnipiac on Saturday at 12 o'clock and 3 o'clock, but that is over at Quinnipiac in Hamden, Connecticut. Then they finish that three-game series on Sunday with a 12 o'clock game against Quinnipiac. And then they play home against New Rochelle, in New Rochelle against Stony Brook Tuesday, April 19th at 3:30. So if you're around at that time, go support the men. Softball's got a long weekend this upcoming weekend. They have a doubleheader against Niagara on Saturday, with Game 1 being at 1 o'clock up in Lewiston, New York, and then they have Game 2 at 3 o'clock. Then on Sunday they have a doubleheader in Buffalo against Canisius, with Game 1 being at 12 o'clock and Game 2 being at 2 o'clock. And then on Wednesday, April 20th, they have a doubleheader against Wagner, with Game 1 being at 2:30 and Game 2 being at 4:30. Rowing, men's and women's rowing, have the Kerr Cup out in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Both are going to be happening at Saturday, April 16th at 12 p.m., so good luck to our rowers. Golf has the Fingan Invitational. That is also out in Philadelphia. That's going to be on Sunday and Monday. Both tee times are at 9 o'clock for the men, so good luck to them. Lacrosse will be playing on Saturday home against Siena at 1 o'clock, so if you're around, go support the Lady Gaels. And then they'll be playing at Wednesday against Manhattan at 3 o'clock. So I will try being at least one of those games. I'll try being at baseball if I can on Tuesday. If I don't run my class schedule, I have a class at that time, so maybe after I can pick up and see it.
Not to go off topic, but do you know how to play golf?
I mean, I do, but am I good? No, not at all. But I guess my strongest part of golf is I hit the ball really far. Am I accurate? No, I can't control where that thing goes.
Yeah.
I'm like Happy Gilmore, where I'm gonna hit that ball and land it pretty close to the green to start, but then I can't. After that, it's 12 to 55 shots. I could be on the green 2 feet from the hole, and I'll take 15 shots, and I'll get a bogey or whatever. But I don't know about you. You play golf?
I mean, No, mini
No.
golf, but
Oh,
I'd
yo,
like
I'm
to.
nice at mini golf.
But no, this summer I'm gonna try to like maybe take some lessons because I know it's a relaxing sport.
Yeah, it's funny they say relaxing, but then you get really frustrated when you can't, get the ball in the hole and you yelling, "Go home, ball, go home." But
Yeah.
I will admit I am very good at mini golf, so I'll call anyone out. Anyone wants to challenge you to mini golf, I'm very good at that. So any listeners,
Right
come
down at New
through,
Rock.
right? Let's go. I told people the first time I played there, I said, listen, first hole, I get a hole in one. Everybody told me, no, no, no. It was with like 15 kids. First hole, what do I do? Get a hole in one. I go, yeah, pay up, everyone.
Yeah, the only thing about the New Rock golf mini golf place is that like it's glow in the dark and it's like sometimes hard to see like where you
Where,
know
where the hole is, but hey.
yeah, it's still good.
Now, back to some sports, finish up with water polo. Water polo is going to have 2 home games on Sunday, one at 10:30 against VMI, and then one at 5:30 against Villanova. So I'm going to try to definitely head over to one of those games, support our women's water polo team, definitely try to support the lacrosse team, and try to support baseball if I can. And that's those are the home games, and that's sports in upcoming sports and reviewing sports. So we're going to take a short little break, and then I'll come back and I'll talk about a little bit of music and entertainment.
Sounds good. We'll be right back.